I bought my husband food, they'll be like, "Oh, you have a husband? Do you want me to be your friend?" They don't mean as friend as in friend, not that. They mean you want to be friends, like friends, friends. That's what they mean. And one thing I love about Ghanaian men, I always say this: Ghanaian men, the moment you tell a Ghanaian man you are married, let me say if you have a boyfriend, some of them do not really mind. But the moment you tell a Ghanaian man you're married, they'll stop pestering you. They will not. No, they can just be like, "Hi, how are you? Hello, stuff with you." But to no, they don't do that. Not at all. So I am here to tell you there are still good people here on in UAE, especially men. Even though it's not too much, but it is too much. I would have been late for work. I would have been in the sun for some time, and I did not pay any fare, which is like helpful. Yeah, it is helpful to me. So I was just scrolling up on my TikTok and I met someone. I saw someone and he really looked familiar, and I was thinking like, I know this person. I know this person somewhere. Some little things that are not really important get me thinking. I'm someone that mostly want to like clear my doubt about something. So I saw this guy and I was like, I know this guy somewhere. And then I remembered and I was like, okay, let me tell you this thing. So I am here to tell you there are still good people here on in UAE, especially men. Like there are good men still out there. You cannot say someone is good based on just meeting them within a day, but I can really say that some people are really nice. So somewhere around last it was in December, beginning of December, I went to the hospital. That was Al Qasimi government hospital. Yeah, I had a situation that I was supposed to go there. So like for almost a week I was going there like two times in a day. So there was this day that I was going and the taxi driver had did a mistake with me. I asked him because it's not very far from where I live. So I asked him, "Do you know Al Qasimi Government Hospital?" I was like, "Yeah, I know there." And I was pretty sure he knew there. And the guy was a Ghanaian, so it was like another nationality. I'm not this is not favoritism, but it's easier doing like associating with your own nationality than other people. So I thought that, oh, since he knows there, so let me just relax and go. So I am someone that doesn't really know the road, but there are a few things that I know. I noticed when there is something wrong. So I was in the car. Usually I was supposed to go there, like go and then come back to work from there. Okay, so with the calculation I made, I was supposed to arrive there by 10, and it was around 10:12, and we were still not there. And the area where we were did not even look like we were getting near to the place. And I asked the driver, "Where are we?" Because mostly when I take the taxi to this place, it takes me less than 10 minutes to arrive there, and we've been driving for more than 20 minutes and there is no sign that we are even there. "Do you want me to give you the location?" And he was like, "No, no, 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 I know there." Recently, I think about a week ago, exactly a week today, I met this guy and I was like, "Hi, do you remember me?" He was like, "No." I said, "Yeah, you will not remember me because you don't want to remember that bad experience you gave me." And I was like, "Do you want me to give you the location?" Sorry, the TV is making noise. "Do you want me to give you the location?" I was like, "No, we are almost there, no need." And he drove for about a bit more minutes, like 2, 3 minutes. I was like, "No, let me give you the location." I think I even wanted to check the location by myself. So fortunately for me, I had data and I just searched Al Qasimi Hospital. And guys, we were about, I think it's either 9 or 14 minutes away from the hospital. And I was like, no. Normally, when I take the taxi, it takes me a very short time to get there. And since we are about this minute away from the hospital, it means we are lost. Just take the location and use it. And guys, when I'm going to this place, I pay maximum less than 20 dirham. But this time, the machine has already showing like 70 something. I was like, no, that's me. If it was a different nationality, I would not take it lightly with them. So I was like, no, I don't always pay this. Like I told you before, we are lost. Take take the location and let's go, because I have to go there, take care of my brother-in-law, and then come back to work. I have to be on time to work, and I have to do a couple of things at the hospital before I leave. So take the location, let's go, and let me just go to work. And he took the location, and we got there. By the time we got there, the meter has already crossed about 90 dirham. And I was like, really? Mind you, I had less than 100 dirham on me, because I knew that money would take me there and then come back. Luckily, I had few balance on my salary card. So, and he was like, okay, pay 30 dirham and go. Since you said you pay less than 20 dirham, just pay 30 dirham and go. And luckily for me, he made me pay 30 dirham. I knew very well that it was his fault, but uh I couldn't resist, like I couldn't resist paying the 90 dirham, since the machine has calculated the meter has calculated already 90 dirham. But he was so nice to make me pay that amount, which means he's very nice. But I'm not talking about the taxi driver here. On my way back to work, after everything, usually when I go there, I have to like try to, if he wants to eat, I give him breakfast. If he doesn't, I just leave the food, arrange a couple of things, and then come back home. So as that day, I had to come down and buy. He was on the, I think, third floor. I came down to buy some snacks for him. Yeah. So when I came down, after that, like before, when I was coming down, I saw some African men at the reception, and I just went my way. As I was going out, they were also going out, and they met me at the reception, like at the hallway. And they were like, I heard them speaking Tree, my language, of course. But normally, you don't expect me to. The last time I did that, it landed me in trouble at the beach. Yeah. So I don't normally do that with hearing people speak my language. So I just ignored, like I didn't see them. So as they were speaking to, Ghanaians have a way of knowing each other. Like we automatically, like about 95% of our predictions are true. Like when we see that you are a Ghanaian, we see that. So they were three guys, and they were like, hi, where are you going? And I was like, oh, I'm going home. Where are you going? I said, oh, don't worry, I'm going to take a taxi. I didn't even know they had a car. I'm going to take a taxi from the other side of the road. And they were like, okay, come, I'll drop you. And I am fond of doing this. Like anytime a man tries to, talk to me, I don't assume they are going to say they like me, but I find a way to bring up to them to tell them that I'm married or something. So they were like, okay, let me go drop you. And I was like, I'm fine. I'll take a taxi from the other side of the road. As he said, as I was talking, he also said, why are you here? And I told him, oh, my husband's brother is here. That was a way to tell him that I'm married or something. And mostly, I don't know what's wrong with us, like Africans. Why do we think every couple here are like girlfriend, boyfriend? Anyway, and I was like, no problem, I'll drop you. And I was like, really? Because even when I get there, it would be very difficult for me to get a taxi instantly, and I was getting late for work. And I was like, oh, thank you so much. He was like, where are you going? I said, I'm going to Abu Shagara. And they said they were going to Al Nada. Oh, Abu Shagara to Al Nada is very easy. Actually, I was going to industrial area 4, that's where I work. So they dropped me over there. And on our way, it was actually like around it was around election time in Ghana. So we were trying to, the other two guys were NPPs. I don't want to disclose my, my party here, my, political view here. But the other guys were NPP, and the other one was NDC. The driver who offered to drop me was an NDC. He was a Ghana, he was an Adangbe, and the other ones were Ashantis. So yeah, and they were asking me about the election, and I was on the side of NPP. I was like, you see, everybody is on the side of NPP except you. So we had this weird conversation, and these guys did not even like, normally when I don't know, but these guys were so nice. They were so appropriate. They were so like normal with me until I got to my place, and they didn't even ask for my number, because I've never seen this kind of people here in Dubai. Like I've never come across this kind of people who would want to help you, even though it's not too much, but it is too much. I would have been late for work. I would have been in the sun for some time, and I did not pay any fare, which is like helpful. Yeah, it is helpful to me. So I was very late to work, and when they dropped me, I just said thank you so much, and I just ran to my showroom, and that was it. After that, I was actually I felt bad for not taking their number to say thank you to them, at least to appreciate what they did for me, and but I just let it slide like that. So today I was scrolling on TikTok, and I just came across the driver's TikTok video. Like, TikTok has a way of connecting people. I don't know if they are monitoring us, if they are monitoring us to know who we come across or something. So immediately I saw the face, I was like, I know this guy, but I was trying to remind myself, I was trying to remind myself why I know this guy. So I kept playing his that same video to remind myself. And then I went to his profile, and voila, I saw him driving. I was like, yeah, that's the guy. That's the guy. And I left a comment on this video. Thank you very much. This was the lady you met, you picked up from Al Kasimi Hospital to Industrial Area 4. And I am really grateful. I'm so sorry I couldn't say thank you from that day. And I really appreciate what you did for me, and blah, blah, blah. And he was like, oh, yeah, I remember you. All right, you're welcome. And that was it. Normally, this kind of man will send you a DM or something. He did not do anything like that. And which means there are still good men over here. And you know, one thing I love about Ghanaian men, I always say this: Ghanaian men, the moment you tell a Ghanaian man you are married, let me say, if you have a boyfriend, some of them do not really mind. But the moment you tell a Ghanaian man you're married, they'll stop pestering you. They will not, no, they can just be like, hi, how are you? Hello, stuff with you. But to, no, they don't do that. Not at all. You know, the reason why I'm saying this, most of the times I go to my husband's area of work, like he also works at an industrial area. When I go there and I'm coming, oh, it's so easy to get someone to drop you all the way from there to your house. And when they ask you, wow, what are you doing here, because that place is mostly for men, you say, oh, I brought my husband food. They'll be like, oh, you have a husband, do you want me to be your friend? They don't mean as friend as in friend, not that. They mean you want to be friends, like friends. That's what they mean. And I'll be like, no, we don't do that. And these people are mostly Arabs. Mostly Arabs do this. Yeah. These people that mostly approach me and say, do you want to be friends? They're mostly Arabs. It's either Egyptians, Syrian, and all that. I even got an old man, a very old man, who is old enough to be more than my father, said this to me. And I was like, if I was your daughter, would you try this with me? Anyway, I'm just here to tell you that there are still good men over here in the new, good and responsible men in this UAE. Thank you very much for watching. See you next time. I go by the name Ghana Girl. My name is Matilda Enoku. See you next time. Bye.